Hey everyone, I'm Josh Chave. Much like our reporter friend who lived with the homeless, or the lady who spent 6 years with apes, I chose to entrench myself into a community that I did not fully understand: the theater kids. I'm a bit worried. The theater kids are notoriously protective of their social group. It's difficult to break in. I'm currently enrolled in a theater class, but not alone. I dragged my friend Robin Barletta along for the ride. Week 1 is about to begin. Robin and I were told to meet in Fine Arts Room 151. But where is that? The numbers on the first floor don't even go that high. Luckily, we met a theater kid named Danny. She told us that 151 was the theater. Great. So, we went to the Yvonne. No. BLC Theater? No. No. Turned out it was the Spitz. Dr. Prather has this really creepy ability to learn my name in all of 30 seconds and spends the rest of the class calling on me. It's going to be a long semester. Robin and I then learned that the class meets only once a week. Yay! But we had to sign up for a lab period. Boo! We'll be building the set for the play Pillow Man, whatever that means. Alright, I am mad. My lab is Mondays at 10:20 in the morning. I don't think you guys understand how asleep I am at 10:20 in the morning. I purposely arranged my schedule so that I would never have to wake up before noon this semester. In the name of scientific discovery, I will continue, but I'm not happy about it. Robin's not too happy either. Her schedule is too full for this class, so she got assigned to buy props for the show or something. Oh well. Here I am, back to class at 10:20 in the morning. See you guys later. So building things wasn't so bad. Once I got into the right room, I met a girl named Bree. She's pretty cool. She's an actress who's taking the class, and she complimented my painting outfit, which I thought was odd, since I didn't exactly get dressed up. But it was cool that we were able to bond over clothes. I was assigned to build a wall with a girl named Lisa. First, I was surprised by the method of putting things together in theater. Everything's made of thin wood and is only designed to fool an audience from afar. Lisa and I bonded over our inability to use a drill, and it was harder to bond with the more technically inclined students in class, but we'll see how it goes. Robin was assigned to get a lot of fun things on props committee. She has to get cups, saucers, a makeup kit, and a picture of James Dean. Naked. Anyway, today I noticed in class that the actors tend to clump together in the front of the room. Bree likes to sit in the front. Lisa, who's a bit more technical, sits closer to the back. Robin and I sit square in the middle. We also learned a ton of vocabulary today. Now I know the 4 different types of theaters: proscenium, thrust, arena, and black box. Despite the fact that the Spitz is all black, it's actually not a black box theater. Go figure. Today, I found some common ground with my classmates who I was having difficulty connecting with. I started talking about res life. It was interesting to use common ground to get my classmates to self-disclose a little more information. Today, I also got to build a super fun crucifix for the show. Not many people can say that they've done that in their lives. I also noticed a little bit of a hierarchy that had started to show itself. As I began to build my crucifix for Pillow Man, I wondered why. Pillows and crucifixes don't seem to go together. And me being on the crew, I'm not given any of that information. More on that later. Today, I got to play with the saw. At least all my fingers are intact. The show starts this weekend, so we have a lot to get done. I had another interesting encounter with Bree today. I was walking to class, and Bree was sitting by a piano. She looks at me and starts playing. She plays for a while before she stops, looks up at me, and goes, "Aren't you going to sing?" Trust me, you don't want to hear me sing. So she got up and offered me a seat and said, "Well, then you play and I'll sing." I don't play the piano either. She thought it was really weird. It was interesting that in the theater culture, it's a norm that everyone can play an instrument and sing. I stood out because I didn't know these things. Tonight was opening night. I now understand why I built a crucifix. Strange play, but interesting. During intermission, I went out and Bree and I hugged and laughed about how an actor fell into a wall we built and broke it. There was a camaraderie that had been built over the course of production. I understand a little better why theater people are thought to be very cliquish. They spend so much time together and get to work creatively. It's not a surprise they become very close. Today was striking, or taking down, the set. It was a good time and I learned a lot about the theater community. Communication is very succinct and to the point because stuff has to come down as quickly as possible. I learned to listen really quick or get hit with a wall. Everyone involved in the show was required to come to strike the set. 5 actors were needed to take 1 doorknob down. The room applauded when they finished. They also got to leave early. Actors really are the top of the totem pole. I also got to see how much I've changed by comparing myself to Robin. She hasn't had the lab experience that I've had, and watching her try and use the drill was reason enough to get up on a Sunday morning. Becoming a member of the theater community was a challenge, but once I started learning the vocabulary, it was easy to engage in conversations. As I was learning, dialogical listening was really important to clarify what was being said. It was also really great to see how fast relationships are built in the theater community. When you spend this much time together, you bond quickly and are a part of that speech community. The biggest thing I learned was about the hierarchy. The hierarchy is really apparent. It has to do with how vital you are to the success of the show. While everyone is important, a show would definitely fail if there were no actors to perform in it. That's why they tended to be the most respected and highest in the hierarchy. The experiences taught me that the theater kids are not as cliquish as I first thought. It's only because they socialize around the show and become so bonded and are so close. They're very open and welcoming once you get to know them. Now that the experience is over, I feel I can relate to people who are in the community much better. I guess that's the end of this experiment, so Josh signing off.